Good morning. This is Steve in Jones' house. This is a video about a company called Nhance that we hired to paint our cabinets. The company had done my neighbor's home and looked wonderful, so we hired them, and things have not gone well. We hired them at the end of January, and they began the 10th of February, and here it is. We're in almost mid-March, and things haven't been finished yet. Things haven't gone well. The employees are, for the most part, unqualified to do the work they perform, and there's no inspection done, there's no oversight, and very little management. One manager is the owner, and he's shown very little regard to getting this job done in an effective manner. Anyway, just want to show you some things remaining. Again, it's March the 13th. And some things that remain are just incidental things, like some little missing paint there on this cabinet. A lot of screw heads are stripped where they used a drill gun and boogered up the heads. So when you touch the screws are rough and will cut your fingers. So much for drill guns. Again, that's in a lot of areas. Everywhere it's taped. Here's a spot where they didn't take out the tape when painting on the light fixture and the wires. More screw heads. Up here we have screw head damage. Coming down. Paint issues inside. See, paint is missing there. Obviously they dinged it up and touched it one time with some paint, but didn't fill their damage area. Screw head, paint issues. Chipped paint. Again, screw heads boogered up. This cabinet is, you can see the opening. So obviously the door needs to be slightly higher to close that opening. More damaged screws. Paint issue inside. Here's the paint issue. Over here, damaged screws. And then this hinge, the bottom hinge in this door, is hanging properly. Not connected. The island cabinet. This handle loose. This one's got screw head damage. Stepping around the other side of the island. Screw head damage. Screw head damage. And then at this end of the island, when the job began and they primed things, one thing that he didn't prime was any area the roller wouldn't touch, they didn't prime. They rolled the primer and they didn't come back and touch up the areas that the roller wouldn't touch with a brush. So this is an area you can see from here down, no primer. And they went over that, they painted that with a bare paint. They didn't even use their own paint on that. They said that would be fine. They said the bare paint primer would cover it. It didn't cover it satisfactory. More on the other cabinet, more screw head damage. Paint issues inside. Screw head damage. Paint chips there. Screw heads. Then door alignment. Guess I missed that spot. Screw head damage inside. And something happened with their door right here. It has a crack in there or something. Screw head damage. Now the cabinets around by the sink. when they did the project initially, they didn't caulk most of the areas. They just caulked incidental areas. And this is, I mean, just as an example, there's a screw in this hole, and they didn't caulk it before they painted it. Coming around up here, these two doors aren't aligned level. There's a high and a low side to it. Screw head damage. This glass is broken, and the fittings that they put in here to hold the glass, they lost the original ones. And these actually don't touch the glass. They're about an eighth of an inch or more from the glass, so the glass is just loose in this opening. And here, paint damage inside the cabinet, minor. We talked about that. Then a couple of other issues. When the guy painted the room with a paint gun, he cleaned his gun here, and you can see dings on this 2-year-old sink. This is the opening for the garbage disposal. He cleaned his nozzle, and I guess he whacked the nozzle tip against that area and beat it up. Still some paint remains in here. That's where they touch-up painted the windowsill, where they pulled the tape off and pulled the paint. And then over here, they dropped the drill gun off this counter. First team did, and damaged the tile right here. So anyway, this has been the way the job has gone. The mantle did get painted, and they ended up having to paint it twice because the first time the paint was paint starved. They sprayed it, and you could still see the bare wood in lots of areas. So they repainted it, and then of course then they had to put the clear coat over it when they got done painting it and go over it with a UV light. And they a couple times they weren't going to take any action, but they finally did. But that's a whole different story, and I've got notes that describe work quality and finished product. So anyway, again, this has been a very painful experience for a job that we're paying a premium for. Just absolute poor quality work. The worker bees that came in here, all of them didn't have great work ethics as far as the care and being careful with different items in the kitchen, causing damage as they were working. And then they're not mindful of things like wringing off screws, wringing screw heads. They just want to get the job done and go home. So anyway, that's where we're at today. Hopefully the job gets done soon. It's again 13 March. And contractor keeps saying they're going to come, and they're not here. That's all. Again, this is Steve in Joan Baum's home.